you're a first gen, this video is for you. We are back on YouTube and it has been a good minute. When I tell you work has been doing its thing and I have been doing my thing because I have been so committed to work right now. Like, little background on me, if you do not know me, I am 30 years old. I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. I am a Latina, if you have not noticed already. I was born and raised here in Texas. My parents were born and raised in Durango, Mexico. I was the kind of kid that always vacationed in Mexico. So even though I was not like born in Mexico, I feel like I was slightly like raised in Mexico. But anyways, pull up a chair. We have things to talk about and don't anybody on here get mad at me, but agarren su cafecito porque ahora sí me los voy a agarrar. Okay, I don't know if I should disclose a little bit more about me, just because I want you guys to have a little bit of context. I became a mom when I was basically 21 years old. Well, 2 days before my 21st birthday, I had my kids all in my 20s. I have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 7 and a 9-year-old. Yes, I am all done having kids. Yes, I dream of adopting one day. I am one of those first gens like that was in ESL up to like the 1st grade. I was constantly like trying to translate paperwork for my mom. Y una regañada, and I mean regañada, que me ponía mi mamá. Like if she gave me a letter, yo nomás le decía, oh, dice que su cita al banco es el martes. She's gonna be like, iba a decir todas esas palabras y solo dice que mi cita es el martes. Y yo, sí, ¿verdad? No, pues empiezo desde el principio. Like, I literally had to learn, like, I don't want to say a fregazos because not everything was, like, taught that way. But, like, my mom didn't know too much. I didn't clearly know anything. So it was one of those things, like, we kind of grew together and learned together how things worked. Even though I was born and raised here, like, I was raised by immigrant parents where they taught me literally everything they could. So, like, and my family is from a rancho. Like, we're not, like, city folks. We're not, like, I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like there's such a huge discrepancy and difference between if you grew up, like, in the city to when you grew up like in a rancho, because like there's the education is different, like the mannerisms are different. The respeto is like the number one thing that I feel like we have to offer, and like that is taught to us like hardcore since we're chiquitos. And I think that's because like our parents, that was the thing they had to, you know, like teach us. Like, entras a un cuarto, you enter a room, saludas, you greet everyone. It, you know, like from shaking hands or to saying good morning everyone, buenos dias, to when even like a simple walk through like el rancho, you would say like buenas tardes, buenas noches. And like that is a thing that here like people don't always do. I feel like I've gone on like runs and I would like greet my like some of my neighbors, like even when I was a child, and it was like, oh, you were talking to me, and I'm like, nunca te habían saludado. But it's just the difference. But anyways, hopefully that kind of paints a picture of like what I'm trying to get to. And with that being said, because we came from like literally nothing, and obviously growing up we were like very, very poor, I feel like in my eyes and in my head, even my heart, like I had it into like, tengo que dar duro, tengo que trabajar to honor my parents and to show them that like all their hard work was not just for nothing. Like, and that's not like to say that you have to go get a degree. That's not to say that you have to kill yourself every single day working. But it does to an extent mean that like you have to invest yourself like literally into something. Like, you can have an amazing job, you can make amazing money without have gone to school. And usually that takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of like you having a passion for something and having even like being good at something. Like, I don't really think I'm good at anything unless like I like learn a skill. Like, for example, I lash, but honestly if I wouldn't have put like like over 5-6 years of my life into lashing, I probably wouldn't be like good. I would be like questionable. And to dive right into our video, I want to encourage you, I want to encourage us, for us to completely clear our day, clear our schedule, for us to make time to just stop and evaluate where we are in life right now, to stop and evaluate the things that we have accomplished and the things that we would even love to accomplish. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you're a first gen, this video is really geared to you specifically. I want you to ask yourself, have you made your parents or even your grandparents proud? And again, it does not always have to go back and bounce into your education levels. This can be in, did you keep your mannerisms? Did you stick around? Do you visit family? Do you call every weekend? Do you call every night? Everybody's stance on that can look different, but so to you, you have to take the time and ask yourself, did I or do I continue? Have I made my grandparents proud, my parents proud? Like, if I was in their shoes, how would I view myself? And I know that this might be a very difficult question, because no matter of like your accomplishments, when it comes to like our dear ones, our loved ones, like se va a sentir más personal. Like if clearly, like if it's somebody that we hold dear to us, that we love so much, like that question's going to just feel different. It's like probably like it's gonna feel like no matter what we do in life, it's not gonna feel like we're gonna feel like we can always do better. But let's try to give ourselves some grace. Let's try to really just hit the key facts, like, am I there for them? Do I continue to have a bond with them? What were their dreams and goals for us? What was their purpose of crossing borders, of like risking their life? You know, some of our family members even spend time in jail trying to cross the border, trying to bring us to have a better life and just a better chance at staying alive, a chance at getting an education, having a better job, and not have to have struggled through the things that they struggled through. In addition to that, I do want us to reflect on, did we make little us proud? Like for me, did I make little Edith proud? Like looking back to my dreams and hopes as a kid, of like when I used to like just wander off in my head, like I want to do this one day, or I want to like dress like that, like just little minor things like that to like huge things. And lastly, are we happy? Like, again, I'm asking you to take time away from everything. Like, I feel like you will get more out of answering these few questions if you're on your own, where no one is just watching you or waiting for an answer, because you will be more than likely honest to yourself. And of course, you can go in addition and ask yourself like a few other little questions. Like, did we finish high school? Did we continue our education? Did we go to college? Did we land the job? Did we change career paths? Do we have our family? Do we have kids? Is our kindergarten best friend still our best friend? Did we marry the guy? You know, just like you can grow from there. You can like make your own set of questions. I just wanted to give you a basis for you to be able to reflect and get your mind going. I know this whole thing is going to be super personal and it's going to be super emotional if you're being honest to yourself. And if you rock this and all your answers are freaking amazing. From one first gen to another, I want to say that I am absolutely proud of you. I want to say that you've done it. And if you are a first gen that you are like, crap, se me olvidaron estas cosas, or like, crap, like I forgot these things. I forgot that it's not just me. I forgot that my career and my life is the way it is because others suffered for me to have gotten here. Our dreams were not just composed of our individual selves, but of a community to get us here. If we didn't get here on our own, like, and our parents brought, like, you know, like they are the ones that killed themselves to get here, from like staying in a hole in a wall spot to, you know, putting up with employers that were discriminative and a bunch of other things. I really do think that it's important that we do not forget where we come from and that we don't forget our dreams and where we wish to be at. Just because the fact that we're growing up and because we get into a routine. It doesn't mean that we have to let our lives just go. It doesn't mean that like, oh, like ya pasó, like it's not like I didn't ask to be here kind of attitude. Like, don't be that person. You and your family are worth like so much more than you can imagine, and I do feel like you owe it to yourself and to whoever made it possible to be here to be the best possible version of yourself, however that may look like. I strongly believe there is no monetary amount that could possibly like make up for everything they've done for us, from like trying to help us with our reading or our math homework when they alone didn't even know like the English language. Like, it's a very, very huge deal. Not to mention that they probably gave up like so much more than what we could ever imagine. There's no monetary amount right now that we could possibly give to them that would ever like reverse time, reverse things, and make up for all those times and years. Like, they don't get to be like in their teens, their 20s, their 30s anymore. Like, honestly, all that we can do is make them proud and know that all their hard work was worth it. So what can we do after we reflect? What can we do while we're reflecting? Grab a journal and let's go into this. Okay, so the plan is get a notebook, get something cozy. I don't know if it means like you need to go somewhere, stay in your car, if it means wait for everybody to be gone from the house, but like put the question down so you can like read over it, so you can like look at it and like let your mind just go off, and then start jotting things down, even if it's bullet points. If you like writing like story style, like paragraphs and stuff, like whatever is helping you, because this is for you. It's not like I'm gonna be like, hey, it's due. Give it to me. No. You're gonna reach a point where either you're gonna be happy with what you've done in life, you're gonna be happy and okay with everything, which that is the ultimate goal. And if that's not where you're at, and like for say you feel like crap, like this is hitting like hard, like I wish things were different, unless you're on your deathbed, like you still have time to make things different. Let's say you say, oh, because my mom passed or my grandparents passed, like maybe they're looking at you from heaven. They can still see your accomplishments. They can see you get the new job. They can see you happy. Like, they'll be there in spirit. They'll be there without you even knowing that they're by your side, like through the good, through the bad. Don't just give up on you. Don't just be like, because society right now is so odd. It has like great things to offer, and it also has so many distractions. Us first gens, I feel like we really, like, I don't want to say that we have pressure, but it kind of sometimes feels like pressure, like for us to try to get things right, because we literally owe it like to ourselves, and we owe it to our parents or whoever it is like that made it possible for us to be here and to have the different lifestyle. Like, it's so crazy, but I look at like things like that because I'm like, my parents were not just, you know, in those fields working for nothing. I look at like my mom, she did not just have to work 12 to like 15-hour shifts trying to put food on the table. She did not just like sacrifice her well-being in order for us to go to school and just give up on everything. Like, when I see somebody that just has completely let go of their like everything, like their parents worked so hard, and for them to just fully give up, like obviously sometimes this is such a hard topic because I know like emotional things can get in the way. Like, some people don't choose not to keep going because they don't want to keep going. Sometimes it's just like a mental block. Sometimes it's like all the things that they had to see their parents also going through will stop you to an extent. And that's why like I'll stress it to you, like reach out for help, go to therapy, do those dumb exercises that were like, oh my gosh, that's not gonna help me, like but do those things, like at least that way in that form. I'm not saying it's gonna fix you, but I'm saying that at least you can say, I did everything that's been put out there for me. Like, mom, you put me in therapy, I did it. Did it work? That's a whole different situation, right? But you have to put forth the effort. You have to be like, I went to the therapy. I didn't want to be locked in my head. How do I say this without sounding so harsh? It's like, I want you to put forth work, even if it doesn't feel pretty, even if it doesn't feel like it's the right moment. Like, when will the right moment be? Like, let me be your big sister and just tell you to get off your butt, stop complaining, and get to doing something. Because your parents or your grandparents made it possible for you to be here. The fact that you're able to travel the world if you wanted to because you have legal status in the United States, like, it is a freaking benefit that not everybody has. I know life is hard and I know everybody goes through something. What is your choice going to be? Are you going to let trauma hold you back? Are you going to let things that you've been through in life hold you back? Like, almost every odd against me, but I felt like I put it in myself to be like, let me snap out of the victim mentality and let me focus on me, because my past is not going to define me now. So I want you to try to do the same thing, even when it seems extremely hard, because again, you are worth it and you freaking matter. You deserve the best freaking life has to offer. All these things I say it with love and I mean it in the best possible way. Hopefully my video wasn't too harsh, and hopefully like there's something in my video you can grab and you can run with for yourself. Or if everything's worked for you and you know of somebody that needs a push, that needs like, hey, a wake-up call or something, like put them on the video, let them know like, hey, you're a first gen, I feel like you can relate to this, watch this, is there anything I can help you with moving forward? Like, be that good friend also. And if you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, good or harsh as it might have been, please let me know down below. Leave me your comments, your thoughts, or if simply like it was one of those videos, like drop a heart, whatever color you want, or whatever is your favorite color, drop a heart down below. I love you guys and I'm so grateful that you guys have made it this far and that you guys stopped by my video. It makes me feel super privileged to have you here today. And if you have not already, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys.